Hello and welcome to another edition of Congleton Chronicled. From Congleton Community TV, you join us here at the space in the middle of Congleton at TMC. I'm Mark Edwardson, and with me is the new Deputy Editor of the Congleton Chronicle, Mel Water. Well, first and foremost, Mel, congratulations on getting the big job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Got some big shoes to fill.
Oh, James was a great lad. He really was. But I think you're up to the job. I really do.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, we wish James the best, obviously, in his retirement. But yeah, so you've got big shoes to fill, as you say, and you've hit the ground running by the looks of things as well. We're looking at the 23rd of July, the edition for Thursday, which is, as we record it this morning. Main headline is Risk to Life Warning over garden waste. Dangerous garden waste.
Yeah. So, So Councillor Rob Morton brought to our attention that there was a particular property in Dale Crescent in Congleton which had quite a lot of old furniture and rubbish piled up in the front and back garden. And it came around the same time that there was a suspected arson attack on the same road. Rob has raised that potentially there is a risk to life because this particular fire caught hold of some hedges, some fence panels and also a telegraph pole. His concern was if it had spread to that rubbish in the garden that potentially the whole house could have gone up and possibly neighbouring properties as well. So.
Which would have been an absolute disaster, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, so it was an arson attack.
Someone has been arrested on suspicion of arson. Yeah.
I was going to say, so the police think it was deliberate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've arrested somebody, so we can't really talk about that.
Yeah.
In much more detail, but nobody was hurt by the sounds of things.
Nobody was hurt, no.
Good. Well, that's at least one bit of good news, isn't it? Has it all been cleared up now? Is everything back to normal?
From what I understand, yeah, it was all dampened down and dealt with on the night. But then obviously this rubbish is still in the garden. So Rob has called on Plusdane Housing, which is the housing association which manages the property, to be a little bit more stringent in making sure that tenancy agreements are followed. Plusdane has responded to us to say that it does follow its procedures and that it does carry out checks regularly as well. They do estate walkarounds and things like that to make sure that things are being kept tidy or in a reasonable condition. Yeah,
well, I've got to say, in a previous life, I was a housing officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a large borough.
You've lived a life, haven't you?
Look at it. For a large borough council. Yeah, I've got to say, housing officers have got a hell of a job, and I do have quite a lot of sympathy for them in their work.
I think there is also something to be said about the cost of disposing of rubbish as well. Because
yes.
Obviously, if you're living in a housing association property, you might not be as well off as others. And it costs an awful lot of money to take large bulky items to the tip.
Yes.
And if you've got a lot of large bulky items and you can't afford to take them to the tip, what do you do with them?
Well, this is it. Well, I mean, where I worked, it was in St Helens, and this was the late 1980s, and even then they had a service called bulky rubbish removal, and all you had to do was ring the council, and they'd come away and take away your sofa,
for free,
or your old bed, or your wardrobe, or just stuff.
Yeah.
And take it away for free, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Because for them it made sense, because otherwise they knew that some people with who didn't care about where they dumped it, let's say for instance, would just leave it in the street.
Yeah.
Or dump it in a country lane or something like that and make life a misery for everybody. And it just seemed to work. You know, the borough was actually quite tidy.
Yeah.
I've not been back for a while, but I don't think that service happens anymore. But we'll see. So so Rob's made the front page. Good for Rob. Let's have a little delve into the paper. And I think on page 5 there's a story about our is it page 5? Mm-hmm. It's the hidden gem of Clonter Opera.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a national treasure. Actually, it's not just
international.
It's not just a local thing for us, is it?
No, not at all. It's internationally renowned as a training ground for opera stars and classical music.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they are struggling to get people through the door a little bit, even though
actual audiences.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times and it's been rammed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, big shows, got to be said, but so they're struggling to get audiences.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah, they do offer free tickets to people under 26, which is...
Just missed out.
Yeah, just narrowly. But they... yeah, which surprised me because, normally things are free to children or, under 18s, but no, free to under 26. And our reporter, Lucy Pritchard, went down to visit Isabella Lockett, who's one of the owners.
Yeah.
But you get a little bit of everything with opera. It's a huge range of emotions and storylines, and I think Isabella said, when asked what kind of opera should I come to, she said, well, what kind of books do you read? Because often that can give you an idea of what you might enjoy. So, So, the message was, please come down and use this.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's not long ago since we on Congleton Community TV featured a big gig focusing on Ukraine. Rory Bremner turned up and people like that. So some big names were there, weren't they? It doesn't struggle to attract the acts, does it?
No, definitely.
But the audiences are proving more difficult.
Yeah. No, and they are having an event, actually. They're having a 3-day festival, which will run from tomorrow, Friday, until Sunday. And it's a tasting platter of opera. So they're going to give you a little taster of all the different kinds of things that they show at Clonter.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
So strawberries and cream and Middle Eastern street food will be on it as well. Sounds great.
How can I refuse? And finally for now, Mel, back to the front page, although it's a headline pointing us to page 4. Bin Face can count on Andy. Have we got a local angle on Count Bin Face?
Yeah, so of course, and there's always a local angle to every story. So Andy Bailey, who everybody knows has been to Congleton, who has documented all of Congleton's bins. He's run several competitions to find out which is Congleton's best bin. He has thrown his support behind Count Binface, who is running up against Nigel Farage in the Clacton by-election. So he was floating the idea of potentially getting some of him and his followers together to get a coach down to Clacton on the day of the election, which is the 13th of August, just to have a little day out.
Yeah.
I will say that Andy made a point of saying that it wasn't particularly that he had an opinion on Nigel Farage one way or another.
Okay.
But he did say that he felt that Nigel Farage had his actions in recent weeks, with him resigning and then putting himself back up for election, was taking advantage of the electorate. And he felt that there's no guarantee that anybody's going to end up in office, so he just felt it was a little bit cheeky.
Yes.
And so that's why he's supporting Count Binface.
Well, of course he can think that. We couldn't possibly.
Oh no, we couldn't possibly have an opinion.
But we should also point out that there are, is it 34 candidates in that particular by-election? Farage and Binface are just 2 of them.
Yes.
We don't have a full list here, but if you don't mind,
we do have a full list here.
We have one in the paper. So if you want a full list of the candidates in the Clacton by-election, then please refer to the Congleton Chronicle. What page is it on? Page 4?
Page 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it includes a fish finger. It includes...
Are there 3 Monster Raving Looney Party candidates?
Yes.
3 candidates from the same party?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think they're the funniest of the lot, I've got to admit.
They are. I mean, there's some cracking contenders, to be honest. Really good ones. Nick the Incredible Flying Brick. Oh, he's one of the Monster Raving Looney Party
Yes, he is. I think he is.
But yes, some of Count Binface's policies as well include he would make National Yorkshire Pudding Day a bank holiday, which I think we'd all be in favour of. He wants to abolish the House of Lords, on a more serious note.
Well, I was going to say, there's a lot of sympathy for that.
And he wants to force children in need to get around to fixing Pudsy's eye, which I think we'd all support as well.
Now, you see, in a previous life, I knew Pudsey really well.
Did you? Of course you would, yeah.
I can honestly say the sight in his remaining eye is 20/20.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, so they've no need to worry about his missing eye. Anyway, thanks for joining us again, Mel. Just back to our top story, which was you being appointed deputy editor of the Congleton Chronicle. Does that mean that you're the first female deputy editor of the Chronicle, the first woman effectively in charge.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say in charge. I think Jeremy would have something to say about that.
We all have to bow to the greatness of Jeremy, I get that. But,
like the Wizard of Oz.
but you're the day-to-day operator of this thing, aren't you? You know, you're the one with your hands on the handlebars now. Are you the first woman who's ever done that? I think you are.
Possibly. I would need to look into it, but quite possibly.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's try and find out for next week.
Yeah, I will, I'll find out.
Okay, Mel, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
Mel Water, the new deputy editor of the Congleton Chronicle, talking to us on Congleton Community TV. Well, that's it from us for now. We'll be looking at the edition from July the 23rd in 2026. Thanks again to TMC at The Space for hosting us today for this recording. We'll be back with a look at next week's paper in about 7 days' time. And we hope to see you then. And fingers crossed, we'll have an answer to the big question. Is Mel the first female deputy editor of the Chronicle? We'll find out. See you then.